Hello there. So I'm Alex,
I'm Linn.
and last summer we took a trip through Europe, through 9 different countries in about 3 weeks, and I took a lot of video just to see how it would go. Got caught up with moving and a trip to the U.S., so editing sort of took a backseat. But I finally got the time to do it, so we are releasing our first episode here, which is our journey from Roskilde, where we lived at the time, to Berlin, and then onwards we'll go to Prague and Vienna and so on and so forth. So we'll have some commentary throughout the video, but I hope whoever is watching this enjoys it, and feel free to give some tips too. We are starting our Interrail journey today from Roskilde, where we currently live. I don't know where the station is, over there. But I wanted to try a sort of a video vlog thing to document our journey, which will take us from, well, at least today, from Roskilde to Berlin, and then after that onwards to Czechia, Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Italy, Switzerland, France, and Germany, and back to Denmark. Linn is over there. I went to a platform with fewer people because I don't really want to be annoying, disturb them. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Should be boarding in about 10 minutes, and maybe have a little update along the way because we have a few stops. Our journey began by getting on the train first to Ingstad, which was our first stopover, after which we needed to change to a regional train, which would take us to Odense, and then from Odense down to Hamburg, and then Hamburg to Berlin. So first, we get on the train at Roskilde, and soon we were on our way. We arrived in Ingstad without incident, but we did notice that the train we needed to catch was a bit delayed, and we only had a short time to change from one train to the other. So we were hoping that we would make it in time, but yeah, it didn't look to be as such. We're in Lyngstad now, and the train is delayed 10 minutes, and we have a 9-minute transfer window in Odense, so we might not make it on the train we need to be on. Thanks, DSB. Although we weren't able to catch our initial train, we were fortunate enough that there was a train which was also delayed, departing before our planned train. So we managed to get on that train, and soon we were on our way to Odense. So we did enjoy some nice views going over the Great Belt Bridge, I believe it's called. And yeah, so any thoughts on the trip, Lynn, at this point?
The train was packed, so we didn't get a seat, and it was kind of sticky and hot.
Yeah, I also recall there were some people next to us that were talking about something annoying. I didn't include the audio here, but um, yeah, we did have to stand for the entire journey, which was about an hour. So that wasn't the best experience, but at least we managed to catch the train. So I'm grateful for that because if we hadn't caught that train, it would have just messed everything up. So there was at least that. Yeah. So soon we were in Odense. Made it to Odense, but next stop Hamburg. Thought we might miss the train, but we made it, so that's good. That's a lot of luggage. Too many. Fortunately, there weren't any delays in Odense, so we were able to get on our train as planned. Unfortunately, due to my poor planning skills and lack of experience, we booked the seat reservations a bit too late, so we ended up having to sit apart from one another. Well, across the aisle, but still not next to one another. So we sat with some random people. But the views from the train were nice, at least, and we were on our way to Hamburg. So all was well.
Agreed.
Any other comments?
None.
Okay. Well, we made it to Hamburg, and by that point, it was starting to get late. But we had a little time to kill, so you can see here. We made it to Hamburg. Almost missed the train, but we made it. Now we have one more train to Berlin. Huh? And we have it at 40 minutes. I have to check the time exactly, but yeah. Hopefully get to Berlin without incidents. We're at a grocery store in the station in Hamburg. They have a better selection. We got onigiri, rice bowls. You can't get much in Danish stores, so it's interesting when you go somewhere that actually has a pretty good selection. And this is just in the station. They closed the one in Copenhagen. Huh? All the protein bars. Again, fortunately for this next leg of the journey, there weren't any delays in Hamburg, so we got on the train to Berlin, and we were very pleasantly surprised with the train, I would say. We had been in the station before, but yeah, getting on the German high-speed rail trains was something. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's efficient and fast.
Yeah, and pretty clean inside too. But at that point, it was already almost 11, so we were pretty tired, but we were on our way. Heading to Berlin. High-speed train. Heading to Berlin. So I did take some time to walk around and film inside of the train while Linn was taking a little snooze, which I can't fault her for because it was already very late at that point. So we soon made it to Berlin, again without incident and surprisingly fast as well. So yeah, and then we were ready for the next leg of our journey, which was actually to our hotel. It's about 1 in the morning. We made it to Berlin. Now we need to take the S train to get to the hotel. Germany has nice high-speed rail trains. That I can see. How do you feel then? Tired. Same. At least the trains are still running. If this was Japan, they would have stopped by now. So, yeah. So, as I stated, we needed to catch the S train to get to our hotel, and thankfully they were still running. And they were easy to find, even though the station was pretty big. So, that was good. Well, it's 2 in the morning almost. We finally made it. Check-in took a while. Then just, yeah, taking the S train here, walking. So we made it to Berlin. We paid €13 extra for late checkout, which is, we'll just try and take it easy in Berlin tomorrow. And then we'll go to Prague around 5:30. I don't know. I'm not exciting enough to do this, I feel like. Maybe with practice. The live stream is easier, but that was because I didn't show my face. That's always easier. Well, today's the first full day of our trip. It won't be spent fully in Berlin, only up until about 5:30. Then we have a train to Prague. So yeah, we're not sure what we're going to do, but we might check out a kebab place that has vegetarian ones as well. We went to last time. And if that's too crowded, then go to the Mall of Berlin. Afterwards, maybe we're thinking about the Jewish Museum or just another museum. But I'm also open to walking around, but I don't think Linn is because, you know, we have the backpacks and we can't leave them here because we're checking out. So yeah, she's showering and we'll be on our way soon. But yeah, see how it goes. So, as I mentioned, we had decided that since we were getting up late anyways and it was already almost lunchtime, that we would just go to this vegetable kebab place, which we had been to before. So we checked out of the hotel and made our way down there. We had walked past the Chinese embassy, and as you can see in the clip, or maybe it's not too apparent, there were some Falun Gong people handing out pamphlets. I didn't engage them, but yeah, it's pretty interesting being in Berlin again and getting on the S trains, which go pretty far and wide. So, and we continued. I tried to impart some knowledge on Linn on this next part, but the audio wasn't great. But have a listen.
The reason why you have these two different S train things like this is because this is the station where people used to transfer to go from West and East Berlin. So this part was only for West Berliners, and then the upper part was only for East Berliners. Was it the other way around? Either way.
Now it was time for some gemüse kebab, which was pretty good. Ready to eat some gemüse kebab? Loud. So we just finished eating lunch. Had some gemüse kebab, vegetable kebab. They have a vegetarian version, which is nice. We're full. Then struggling with the bag. I mean, it's heavy. It's as big as you. But this is the price we pay in order to not have to lug around suitcases. So next we're going to go to Potsdamer Platz. The Berlin Wall used to run through it. Now they have a Mall of Berlin and stuff. So we'll just chill around there and maybe just go directly to the station and then to Prague afterwards. We're not really built to carry around these backpacks too much. Or it'll take maybe a few weeks to get the muscles. So yeah. Following lunch, we made our way to Potsdamer Platz as planned. Took the U-Bahn, the metro. Pretty easy to get around that way. And I figured we would go to Potsdamer Platz because it's near a lot of landmarks in Berlin, the Brandenburg Gate, where the Berlin Wall used to be, and some museums. But unfortunately, a lack of sleep and carrying around heavy bags is not a good recipe for being very active. So while there was the Mall of Berlin there, we had decided it was also probably a good time to take a break. So we went to check out where the wall formerly was, running through the middle of the square, which I do film here. But afterwards, we had thought it wasn't worth trying to go further into the city or be more active than we already were. So, right.
Yeah, it was difficult.
Yeah, we hadn't really built up our strength needed to carry them around a lot, and we were tired. And we had another train to catch. But we persevered. We're currently in the Mall of Berlin, which I believe is Germany's biggest shopping mall. Lynn's waiting outside because it's a bit tough to carry around these bags everywhere, which I totally get. But figured I'd walk around a bit. Then we unfortunately won't have time to make it to the Jewish Museum, but I do think we'll have some time to, check out the Brandenburg Gate and all that stuff, which we have before, but it's neat to see. Berlin shop here. Might see if I can get a patch to add to my bag. Otherwise, I'm mainly interested in the grocery store. That's some place with crazy stocks. Although we don't have any videos or photos to show for it, we did make an additional stop going to Friedrichstrasse afterwards to check out a bookstore, which was pretty big and had some interesting titles. We didn't buy anything, just out of concern of what we would have to carry it afterwards. But we did make our way further down, past Checkpoint Charlie, I believe, and then further towards the Brandenburg Gate, after which we would head to Prague. But we did see some interesting things along the way.
Traffic light, man. Yeah, I guess so. I am filming though. So you're already on film, You need a protein bar.
For those wondering about the previous sequence, that was Ampelmann, who was the former mascot of the East German traffic lights, which was so popular that they decided to keep it after reuniting. And now he's a major commercial figure. So we stopped at the little boutique they had displaying his wares. And then we continued onwards to the Brandenburg Gate, and the videos you'll see here will form the final part of our journey in Berlin and the final part of this video. So we continue towards the gate itself, and along the way we passed the Russian embassy and, a monument to Ukrainian solidarity outside of that, along with some restaurants and bars and other things outdoors. And because there was the European Football Championship, soccer championship at the time, they had some promotions there as well. But yeah, we had been there before, but it was nonetheless impressive to see again. And of course, had to take some pictures. Okay, so less than an hour until we leave Berlin, and we're currently at the Brandenburg Gate over here. We went here last time, but yeah, I figured just come back. And with the S train station nearby, it's easy to take a train to the station we need to get to in order to get to Prague. So yeah, Linn really wants to find a place to sit, so let's do that. Okay, so that concludes episode 1 of what will probably be at least a 10 episode series, considering how many videos we took. We did have a good time in Berlin. I think it was brief but memorable nonetheless. And at the point at which the video ends is where we sit down, and then we continue onwards to Prague the next day, which will form episode 2, which I will get started on soon once this is uploaded. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we hope the next one is even better, because I don't have much experience making these videos. So I'm doing my best though. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.